Neville Goddard was absolutely right about how manifestation works, but unfortunately for most of his followers, they're doing it completely wrong. And that's why most of them stay broke, stuck, and frustrated, wondering, why is my wish not fulfilled? This is tough love, I know, but stick around and allow me to explain myself. Today I'm exposing the truth that nobody wants to hear about Neville Goddard's teachings. So let me just catch you up. Here's what happened. Neville taught that imagination creates reality, that you plant seeds in your subconscious mind through visualization and feeling. And don't get me wrong, he was 100% right about that. But somewhere along the way, his followers twisted this into just imagine it and then sit on your ass waiting for it to show up. That's wrong. They think that taking action means you don't have faith it's going to work out. That if you truly believed it, you wouldn't need to do anything, it'll just happen. That's complete bullshit. And that's why you're not getting results. So stick around, hear me out, and I'll explain exactly what you can do to fix this. Hey family, welcome back. Or if you're new here, I'm Chris. I made $1 million in my business by the time I was 25. And now I'm documenting my journey and what it really takes to build $1 million per year business, doing what you love, manifesting your dream life, and becoming your highest self. So if you're ready to stop playing small and start winning at the level that you know you're capable of, be sure to subscribe. One of my favorite teachings that Neville taught that's super profound is this: you are the author of your life story. When you visualize with feeling, you're planting seeds in the soil of your subconscious mind. Okay, so let's just draw some dirt here. So you visualize, we'll just draw a cloud to kind of illustrate, you visualizing. There's activity in your mind and it plants seeds into the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. So these seeds are planted and hopefully they're going to grow. And to put this in simple terms, your subconscious mind will accept whatever you're able to impress upon it. Your subconscious mind, as Neville said, is the operant power creating your reality. This is the law of identical harvest. What you sow in your mind, you will reap in your life. But here's what Neville's followers conveniently forget. Seeds, right? These seeds that we planted do not grow by themselves. You can plant the most perfect seed in the most fertile soil, but if you never water the seeds, they will not grow. If they don't get sunlight, if you don't tend to them, they won't grow. And in fact, even if they did, they'd die. And the same is true with your desires. Visualization or mental activity plants the seed, but action, inspired action, is what waters it. And Neville said, again, you are the operant power. And this means that you are responsible for your reality, not just through your thoughts or through your feelings, but through your choices and your actions. Neville taught about states of consciousness, that you must shift into the state that matches your desires. But here's the key. The state of consciousness of someone who has what they want is someone who thinks, feels, and last but not least, drumroll, acts as if they have it. They don't sit around waiting. They move with purpose. They take inspired action. They show up as the person who already has the result with conviction that it's theirs. Think about this. If you want to manifest a successful business, does a successful version of yourself sit around visualizing all day? Fuck no. They plant the seed through visualization, the clear instructions to the subconscious mind, but then they water the seeds by creating content, by reaching out to clients, by building their offer, by executing. If you want to manifest your dream body, does the fit version of you just sit around and imagine being fit? No. They plant the seed, the vision, through visualization in their mind, and then they go water it by going to the gym, by eating right, by showing up consistently. So the formula is actually quite simple. First, plant the seed. And this is quite simple. Create images in your mind with visualization, and then with feeling, implant those images into your subconscious mind. Number 2, water the seed. This one's quite simple too. You then take inspired action that's aligned with the vision that you impressed upon your subconscious mind. And then number 3, you trust the harvest. And this one's quite simple as well. Detach from how and when while staying consistent in planting and watering the seeds. It's like a gardener. If you go out into your garden right now and you plant some tomatoes and you have good soil and you water it, you don't have to ask the earth, hey, is this going to grow? Like, can I have some tomatoes? No, you're going to get some fucking tomatoes. Just do the work. Plant the seeds, water them, and trust that you're going to have some tomatoes soon. And what I'm telling you is not theory. It's something I learned the hard way, and that you are learning the hard way if you don't have what you want. Early in my journey, I found Neville's and other teachers' teachings. I'd visualize most mornings and night. I would write down my goals. and imagine myself having them in advance. And I'd sit on my ass waiting for my desires to show up. I'd visualize making $20,000 per month. Then I'd check my bank account every day wondering where the money was. When's it going to come? What's happening? I'd imagine, because I was a real estate agent, I'd imagine selling houses. But then I'd avoid doing outreach because if I truly believed, I wouldn't need to chase. And guess what happened? Nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing. It was mental masturbation. Because I was planting the seeds, but I was never watering them. And then I had a realization. The version of me that's consistently making $20,000 per month isn't sitting around visualizing and then playing Modern Warfare and jerking off. He's taken massive action from a place of certainty. So I changed my approach. I had the inspired idea to begin calling into a certain neighborhood right after I got done writing down my goals and visualizing. But it wasn't until I sat down to actually do it that the perfect script popped into my mind. So I'm not shitting you. I write down this script that pops into my mind. Oh, this sounds cool. I'm going to try this. I make the first 5 phone calls and I set an appointment for a double sale. Within 1 week, I had secured a listing and a buyer, the same couple, selling their house and buying another one that later made me over $20,000 in commissions in 1 single month. Holy shit, it works. I wasn't grinding from desperation. I planted the seeds and then I executed with certainty based on what inspired from there. I was watering the seeds that I planted, and that's when everything changed. Within a few months after that, I hit consistent $20,000 or more months. And sometime later, I hit $91,344 in a single month. And I'm going to show you this because people be talking shit saying, oh, I don't know if you did that. Look at that shit. $91,344. Receipts, baby. Receipts. And this did not happen because I visualized and manifested harder. No, it happened because I combined visualization with inspired execution. I planted the seeds and I watered them, okay? That's simple. Neville Goddard talked about the bridge of incidents, the path that unfolds between your visualization and your manifestations. But his followers treat it like it's some magical fairy type concept, like the universe will just deliver you everything on a silver platter. Sorry, that's not how it works. The bridge of incidents is the inspired ideas, synchronicities, and opportunities that once arrive, you must act on. The universe will send you the client, but you have to actually take the sales call. The universe will send you the opportunity, but you have to say yes and do the work. God will open the door, but you still have to walk through it. The universe might give you a new idea, but guess what? You have to do something with that idea. God and the universe may align the circumstances, but you have to move your feet. The bridge doesn't appear for you. The bridge appears through you. Now, I know what some of you are thinking because you've already said it in my comments, but Chris, Neville said to live in the end. He said if you truly believed, you wouldn't need to take action. Taking action means you don't have faith. No, that's a complete misunderstanding, at least in my opinion and from my experience. If your way isn't working, why don't you try mine and be open-minded to what I'm saying? Living in the end doesn't mean sitting on your ass waiting. Living in the end means being the person who already has the result, embodying the state of consciousness from the end. And that consciousness or that person that has the result, they're not passive, they're in motion. Again, back to my previous examples, the wealthy business version of yourself, the fit version of yourself, the attractive version of yourself, whatever version of you you're hoping to become, think of how that person would act. They're not lazy and uninspired, they're getting after it. They're showing up as that identity, which means, as James Clear said, your actions are the receipts of your identity. So just ask yourself, what would this identity do, or what are the receipts of that identity? Well, the wealthy version of me probably does this. The fit version of me probably does this. Okay, well then embody that now and you'll get the damn result. You're not taking action to get the result. You're taking action because you already are it or have it, basically, right? It's like, that's living from the end. Okay, let me make this super practical for you. Let's say you want to manifest your first $10,000 month in your business. Here's how I would apply this. Step 1, we already talked about this. I'm just going to say plant the seed, which planting the seed, quite simply, is morning and night visualization. Every morning and night, close your eyes and see yourself checking your bank account. See the $10,000 deposit. Feel the excitement, the relief, the certainty. Embody that version of yourself mentally for 10 to 15 minutes. See yourself taking the actions. See yourself as the identity. See yourself in the process of getting the result, and then also visualize the result itself. And that's planting the seeds in your subconscious. And then step 2, you guessed it, water the seed. And this is your daily action. So you plant the seeds, then you go and water them. And my recommendation is that you spend 3 to 5 hours doing deep work on money-making activities every single morning. Create content that attracts your ideal client. Send 10 outreaches to potential clients. Show up on sales calls with certainty as you felt and were in the vision. That's watering the seeds with inspired action. And then again, we already talked about it, step 3, which is going to be TTA, trust the harvest. In other words, detachment. You're good either way. Don't check your bank account obsessively. Don't worry about how it's going to happen or who's going to be the one to pay you the money. Just keep planting the seeds and watering them. Plan the work and then work the plan. Trust that the harvest will come, and it will. That's a complete formula. That's what actually works. So Neville wasn't teaching passivity and make-believe. He wasn't teaching magic. He was teaching the psychological, mystical, and behavioral transformation that we must go through to manifest what we want. Change your internal state, then act from that new internal state. Embody it. Embody it. Don't grind from lack and desperation. That's just watering your seeds with poison. Don't hustle from scarcity and fear. That's digging up the seeds to see if they're growing. You just fucking leave them alone. Plant the seed through visualization. Become the version of yourself that already has it in that visualization. And then act from that new identity. It's that simple. That's how you manifest. That's how I went from broke to consistent $20,000 months and to $91,344 in a single month. That's how every successful person that I've observed operates, whether it's fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger or Dorian Yates up on my wall or any of the other greats, fucking Steve Jobs, Amazon guy, Jeff Bezos. Character aside, the accomplishments they had are a result of what we're talking about here today. So remember, visualization without action is delusion. Action without visualization leads to complete exhaustion, but visualization plus inspired action, that's how you accelerate manifestation. By the way, if you'd like the complete system for combining visualization with execution to get the results that you actually want in your life and business, check out my free identity shifting community and training in the description. Or if you'd like my full system for stopping self-sabotage and stepping into the $10,000 to $100,000 a month version of yourself, again, learn about that, links in the description. So my friends, please stop using Neville's teachings as an excuse to avoid doing the work. Quit mentally masturbating, quit living in fairy tale land. Plant the seeds through imagination, water the seeds through action, trust the harvest through faith. You are the author, you are the operant power, as Neville said. You create your experience of reality through both consciousness and embodying that consciousness through your actions and behavior. That's what Neville really taught, and that's what his followers keep getting wrong, but not after this video. Be sure to comment, plant, and water if this clicked for you, if this resonated, and subscribe if you actually are ready to manifest the shit that you've been daydreaming about. Join my free identity shifting community and watch the training. Links in the description. And again, if you'd like to work with me closely, you can join my other paid community or join the waitlist down below to work with me one-on-one when I open up more spots. Stop waiting for seeds to grow by themselves. Plant them, water them, watch them grow. All right, family, much love, and I will see you in the next one.